Hello, beautiful people. I didn't expect to make a video right now because it gets dark early here in New Jersey. And I spoke with my friend earlier this morning, and as he says, when am I gonna run my mouth? And I said, make a video? So here I am, because the kind of reflections that I was having deeply about myself last night. And for the first time, I feel stable within myself regarding this specific reflection where I didn't feel shame about myself when I was having a vulnerable moment yesterday. And, sharing something personal with somebody who's new in your space and just acknowledging that for yourself has nothing to do with anybody else, but acknowledging the fact that, hey, I've been busy, and because of that, I haven't had time to myself to really sit with myself and to really have the space to slow down. And when I did, that's when it hit me heavy, but not in a negative way. Heavy in the sense of like a breath, to really embrace, what am I feeling here? What is this telling me in my body? Where do I feel it in my body? And what do I think about myself, about this thought that I'm having, or this belief that I have about myself, and where it comes from? And it's so liberating to, I feel like, be in a different space in your life where you can be like really accepting the fact that it's a duality and not judging yourself or having fear that how will someone else perceive you. I think that's the space that I've arrived at. And I'm somebody who likes to verbally process too. Once I've processed within myself, I like to verbalize it also, which is supportive for me, whether it's talking here on video or it's speaking to a friend. I just feel that it's important to share, because not always do I hear people saying that they feel no shame, except for my one friend. He was like, I don't feel that. But, that people usually feel shame and embarrassment regarding things because society has programmed us, or we've programmed ourselves living in this society, that things are supposed to be a specific way. We're supposed to look a specific way. And there is a standard, there's a norm in this life. And that's with the pace and balance that this life requires in adulthood versus the pace and balance I used to have when I was younger was not balanced, in the sense that I was so naive, gullible, and weird that I was not able to recognize like the tiptoes of this world, how this world functions, and how politics are, whether it's in work environments, whether it's in other business settings, and just how people are so different, and that everybody is different. And when we're cocooned, in our own space, or sheltered with our own friends and family, and we only surround ourselves with those specific people, we cannot see what's outside of that. For myself, I feel I've had quite a bit of travel and diverse experiences, and I talk a lot and I like to share a lot. And whether it's I did that onto myself, I always ask this question, I always probe since COVID times, how much harm did the world do to me, and how much harm have I done to myself, right? Like, how much of it was the world projecting onto me its insecurities and making me feel as if I'm not enough, because people can make us feel like we're not enough. And when that's embedded in our minds since we're young, it really harbors and it really sits on our hearts. And for me, specifically when in spirituality and holistic teachings, when people ask, where do I feel things? It's usually my heart space. So it's usually my heart space. The most pain I've felt, in the heart space. A voice vocally, when I struggle with having a voice at times, or going silent. And going silent is a beautiful thing. And I was just reminded that by Gabe Bolt. He's a YouTuber, and he's so wonderful to send this reminder via email about how he takes time for silence, and because of that, like no TV, no radio, no phone. Of course, everyone can design their life differently depending if you're an entrepreneur or if you have that kind of flexibility. But when it was just so on time that when I didn't work full time and I had a lot of time to spare, that I really took advantage of silent retreat, like within myself. And I used to tell my friends that, hey, I'm not going to be talking for 4 days. And there's sometimes where I wouldn't see people for a long periods of time, but that is really what helped me heal too, by having that silence in my life. Now I sometimes turn off the radio, when I drive, and just, it's okay to turn that off sometimes. I can't imagine what it's like, for parents. Well, I can, but I know you guys get your silence too at night times and early mornings. So, but the fact that silence is so important, and it's like to come back home to ourselves, come back home to the silence. And I feel overjoyed about the fact that just the reminders really bring me back. So yeah, this is something I wanted to share, and it's cold here now, and life is good. Life is good. And one of the reasons life is good is because money is a game changer. So that's the number one thing I want to say. And I've really come to hone into that and really understand that this year, how important money is and how financial status can change your life unbelievably. And I didn't realize the importance of money until I felt the depth of it, and the comparison and the indifference. So yeah, I wish you a beautiful weekend. I hope that you also have a moment to yourself. So have a great day or night, and see you around.